Hey everyone, it's Infinity Gamer here, and I am back with another news update. Having finished binge watching Squid Game, Cowboy Bebop, and pretty much everything that's out there on Netflix, I'm now ready to actually get back to some Infinity news. So where do we begin? So Corvus Belli have showcased some more November releases, which should be at your local gaming store now, available to order online. It pretty much should be ready in time for Christmas presents, which is exactly when is a great time to be launching some new releases. In terms of December releases, I don't think we've seen anything from Corvus Belli at this stage, but to be honest, in amongst all the tag raid posts on Facebook, I haven't necessarily kept as up to date with the Infinity stuff through that page as possible, because there's just so much coming out for tag raid. It's very difficult to keep track of it. However, we do have some cool stuff that has been showcased through Facebook. So we've got dice coming from Die Hard Dice. That has come out, that is looking really cool. These ones, following up from the three that they released historically, which were the Combined Army ones, the Toha ones, and the Yujing ones. I got sent one of the Toha, one of the Yujing, and a set of the Combined Army ones, and I've been using the Combined Army ones ever since, and I absolutely love them. Now that I've tried Die Hard Dice metal dice, it's actually really hard for me to use plastic dice. These ones are just so weighty, they're so nice. Really enjoy them. And the ones that we've got coming now from Die Hard Dice are Pano, Ariadna, O12, Aleph, Nomads, and Hakislam. I am very excited to see these. The Pano and the O12 ones look excellent. The Ariadna one looks really quite cool as well. But the Nomads, obviously, who doesn't love like the black and red? That's such a classic combo. Very excited to see these ones. Keep an eye out. Follow Die Hard Dice for more. And yeah, definitely I can attest to the quality of these dice. If you're willing to shell out the money, you won't regret it, because they will last a very long time. Downfall. So that is the novel that is coming out, set on Paradiso by Mark Marber. He has confirmed a provisional release date, which has been published and shared. I actually have an interview scheduled with Mark to talk about Downfall, to go through some of the world building, some of the story building that he has gone through. So I've got the first 25% of the draft book to read before that, to ask him some questions around the storyline. I've also seen a couple of earlier drafts around that too. I love where this is heading. It's a fantastic novel, and I am very excited to have that drop. If you've got any questions that you want me to ask Mark when I do have my interview with him, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I will do my best to collate all of them and to ask them to him as much as possible. And yeah, really excited for that interview, so subscribe to the channel if you want to catch that when it comes out. It's going to be very exciting. Mark's a great guy. I'm very excited to chat with him. Corvus Belli have showcased more November releases, as we've kind of seen here. I think, as I've said already, not really sure around December releases, anything new that's coming. I have missed quite a bit of that. So yeah, because of the flurry of tag raid stuff, so let's talk a little bit about tag raid while we're on the topic. Loads and loads of updates. The funding period has actually finished for this, and it has received backing from over 2,200 people, pledging over 420,000 euros. Fantastic to see some of these tag models come out. However, I think when I first saw Tag Raid, I think I was hoping for something closer to the Beasts of War CB micro game called Tag Deathmatch, which I've actually found the rules from way back when. I've put them in the description below, a link to that. I've actually played it a year ago, and it's great fun, because you just basically throw all your tags together and fight out it out. It's great fun. That's what I was hoping that Tag Raid was going to be. And I don't know if the fact that the results of Tag Raid have been so different to Defiance maybe gives an indication as to whether the community as a whole was maybe thinking it was going to go in a different direction. Just as a comparison, Defiance received backing from over 5,000 people on Kickstarter, and raised over 1.1 million euros in pledges. So very different results between the two. I don't want to speculate too much, but could this be an indication that Tag Raid missed the mark ever so slightly, or was it always intended to be a bit more of a niche one than Defiance? Personally, I was hoping there was a bit more of a crossover with the main game. Like Defiance is telling the story of the human sphere and everything that's going on. This one, to me, just seemed a bit too far out on its own, but fantastic if you backed it. I'm sure you're going to love it. The casts look amazing, and the rules are probably going to be great fun. Those Mega Beasts are phenomenal. So yeah, if you do get it, and if you do play it, give us a shout and let us know what you think of it. This hasn't stopped CB from trying to incorporate Tag Raid into the main game. There's rumours that new rules might be coming to ITS Season 13 that shoehorn Tag Raid into the latest competitive format. I'm struggling with finding the original post that shared a lot of this information. However, there's a really janky screenshot there for you to look at. And it looks as though it's going to be using Tag Raid units where a new mission might come in, and very much like with ITS Season 13, it seems as though you get a free unit if you're playing certain missions. There's also a Harris that you get specifically using Tag Raid miniatures. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of a little bit, this is opinion time here, but when CB tried to get us all using bikes with the free bounty hunter and giving bikes special rules, that kind of seemed okay. You know, you could kind of, when you read the lore of it, understand it a little bit more. Giving bikes better rules this season was okay, but I think now that they're trying to put in some Tag Raid stuff, I think it's gone a little bit too far with just free models kind of being thrown into the mix and weird little rules kind of going in. So I kind of hope they stop, and I think from a fluff perspective, it doesn't make sense for me for battle-hardened military veterans to be grabbing some mining units and just going, hey, come to war with us, I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. It kind of feels a little bit like Armageddon, where a whole bunch of miners are sent up into space to save the world. But this is on a military skirmish front, and I don't quite get it. I'm not quite sure I'm fully on board. Next, it's been a big month for terrain builders, and a lot of these partners for Infinity and Corvus Belli are probably rushing to get Black Friday sales out and trying to get specials out. So some of the key ones that I want to highlight and give a big shout out to some of these terrain producers, because terrain is the third player in Infinity, and these guys do an exceptional job of helping our tables look thematic and look amazing. So I do want to give them a shout out and point you in their direction with the new stuff that's coming out. Warsenal have released what looks like a new range, Siguan terrain range. I don't know if it's new, but it's definitely the first time I've seen this sort of stuff floating around the place, and just wow, it looks absolutely stunning. The thing is for me is that I realise that 90%, maybe less than that, because actually it does look cool in its own right, but a lot of why this looks stunning is because of the paint job. And there is absolutely no way I would ever be able to achieve a finish as good as what they're showcasing here. However, I love what they're doing there. I love the bike rack. I love the mini details. There's a lot of small stuff in there. Looks fantastic. So I've popped a link in the description to that set if you're keen on grabbing it. Brutal Cities have also released some more terrain. The Sunshine Alley piece, and there's also a couple of new bundles, the Adamant and the Block War sets, which I've also linked to down below. The latter provides some nice low-level scatter terrain that some of their other bundles don't have. I am also very hopeful that Corvus Belli continue to release these collection boxes for the factions, because they look like a fantastic way to get into a faction. Very dangerous, because easy to get pretty much an entire faction with a whole bunch of variety and options in there. But yeah, they look fantastic, and I do hope that more of these come. They do represent fantastic value for money. I actually did the maths on the Pano one, and yeah, it represents a significant saving, so definitely worth having a look at if you're keen on. Then, in terms of Infinity Gamer news, which I'm going to wrap up with as an end note to this news update, I have switched factions from O12. Now, this doesn't mean I don't love O12, but I am now fully playing this new faction. I haven't dusted off my O12 since a tournament. So Corvus Belli actually sent me the military orders box a while ago, and I've basically been spending a lot of the time since painting them and playing with them. And in fact, I'm just going to showcase a couple of the painted models for you now in the background while I wrap this up. I have been very much enjoying playing military orders. It's slightly different to O12, but it has been hugely enjoyable nonetheless, giving me a whole bunch of new things to play with, and obviously great to play sectorial and fire teams and learn how those can play. So there we go, enjoying those, making my way steadily through that, and I'm looking to play Pano at least, maybe not military orders, but Pano in my next round of tournaments when I get a chance to go to them. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see my painting updates as they come along, follow me on Instagram. That's the best place to see them. I post a lot more regularly there than I do on necessarily Facebook, and also on here. If you want to see more news updates from Infinity in general, then give this channel a subscribe. I always do appreciate it. Give me a like and a comment, and let me know what your favourite piece of news that was featured in here was. Thank you so much for your support. Always appreciate it, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.